Foxeer is selling receivers with bad telemetry power, and they know about it, and they're still selling them. And we wanted to let you know, because the ExpressLRS team has let us know, and everybody on Facebook know about this. Foxeer basically got with the ExpressLRS team, got some test equipment. They showed that the test equipment was faulty, and that the receiver output for the telemetry was only 10 milliwatts instead of 50 milliwatts. Foxeer just sold those receivers instead. They didn't fix them. They just sold them, even though they knew there was an issue with telemetry power, did not tell anybody, didn't say anything anywhere. It just doesn't meet the standard. So ExpressLRS wants you to know, and their suggestion is return them so that they can understand why this is stupid and they shouldn't be doing it. But that's, of course, up to the user. Many users don't even care about telemetry, but you know, your mileage may vary. This does not affect the signal out to the drone specifically. You know, that's up to the design of the
it's the telemetry upload.
This is about the telemetry back to the drone.
I find it entertaining that Jai Smith is using an emergency RF power meter, because anytime someone uses a power meter to measure power, the manufacturer just is like, well, a power meter's not accurate. You can't trust it anyway. But I feel like if Jai Smith is doing this, he probably knows what he's talking about. Now, there's an argument from 661 FPV who says, well, 10 milliwatts at 900 megahertz is still a lot. I mean, sure, maybe it's enough, but it's not as much as you should be getting. And I think the argument here is don't reward bad behavior. It's your call, though.
Yeah. I mean, they're selling a piece of equipment that they know is not proper, right? I think that's the problem here.
Yeah. Why when, like, had they already purchased a bunch of amplifiers or something? And so they were like, nah, we're going
I think they already made the whole run.
Oh, well, I don't blame them for selling it. What are they going to do? Throw the whole run out?
But you put a disclaimer on the page that says these only do 10 milliwatt. It will not affect 98% of users. If this affects you, please do not purchase this receiver. It's not that hard to do.
People deserve to know.
Also,
that's the takeaway.
I just want to point out that on the page it says 50 milliwatt telemetry RF power. That's part of the problem.
That's just a lie.
They're still advertising 50 milliwatt, even though they were told and showed by ExpressLRS developers that they do not test at 50 milliwatt.
I gotta say, I remember a time when the ExpressLRS devs were like, we're not going to say this is good. We're going to put our seal of approval on hardware. We're staying out of it. And I'm really glad that they didn't stick by that decision and are unafraid to keep their hand in keeping the quality of ExpressLRS hardware high.
So, sorry, Wesley has a statement about that. So we should... Somebody replied to Wesley on the Facebook post and said, the development team can publish pre-product testing results. Stop fast trade scam with these manufacturers. And Wesley says, we need to wait until the hardware has been released before we discuss it publicly. Otherwise, we'd be compromising manufacturers' commercial advantages. We also like to give them a chance to rectify issues without airing dirty laundry, which most of them do. It's just the bad actors that end up in posts like this. And the other big thing that they've said multiple times across this post is that you can tell if something's verified because it's in the configurator.
Exactly.
If it's not in the configurator choose to flash, then it is not verified by the ExpressLRS team to be working good hardware, and they recommend you should avoid that hardware or make sure that it's good hardware before you purchase it.
Yeah, I agree. And I can only imagine how much work it is keeping up with all these designs. I mean, it certainly is one of the reasons that the Betaflight project went to the unified targets. So that manufacturers could do the work of managing their targets themselves, and the Betaflight devs didn't have to have their hand in on every single new flight controller that came out. And who knows if something like that is coming for ExpressLRS where they just can't keep up. But every time we see a situation like this where they're like, this product has a problem, don't use it, I'm like really thankful that because one of the potential weaknesses of a project like ExpressLRS is that some shady manufacturer comes along, makes a product that's a piece of shit and sells it and gives the project a bad name. And ExpressLRS deserves better. So.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, there's our PSAs.